Most men rely on motivation to get their day started, but here's the truth. Motivation will never take you where you want to go. Today, I'm going to show you why discipline, and only discipline, is what separates the men who stay stuck from the ones who actually get results. If you want real outcomes, if you're done waiting for the perfect moment, it's time to embrace discipline as your true driving force. Discipline will separate you from the average. It will turn you into a man who gets results no matter how he feels. Forget motivation, it's unreliable. Motivation is for amateurs. Discipline is for those who get things done, regardless of excuses, setbacks, or how tough it gets. If you want to crush it in life, it's time to make discipline your daily habit. Motivation is overrated. Motivation is fleeting. It comes and goes like a gust of wind. 1 minute you're fired up, ready to take on the world, and the next minute you're looking for excuses, making deals with yourself to skip out on the work. Motivation will fail you, but discipline won't. You might be thinking that motivation is what gets you moving, that it's the fuel that fires you up in the morning. I get it. Motivation gives you that initial spark. But here's the reality. Motivation is unreliable. It's emotional, and it doesn't stick around when you need it most. That's why it won't take you to the top. Discipline will. Discipline doesn't care about your feelings. It doesn't care about the rain, the cold, or the fact that you stayed up too late last night. Discipline shows up, day in and day out. Discipline is that solid foundation that keeps you going when motivation has abandoned you. And I'll prove it to you using insights from Atomic Habits by James Clear and Can't Hurt Me by David Goggins. In Atomic Habits, James Clear makes a powerful point. You do not rise to the level of your goals. You fall to the level of your systems. Let that sink in. What he's saying is this: your results will be determined by the systems you create, not your lofty dreams. That means motivation alone won't carry you. Sure, you might have big goals, but without a solid system, without discipline, the odds are stacked against you. Motivation might fuel your start, but discipline builds the routine. Discipline keeps the grind going, even when you're tired, bored, or overwhelmed. You don't need motivation to lift that weight. You need discipline. You don't need motivation to write that extra page. You need discipline. Discipline is the muscle that, when used consistently, makes you stronger. It's the foundation that keeps you progressing day after day, whether you feel like it or not. The David Goggins Mindset. Now let me bring in Can't Hurt Me by David Goggins, a man who knows exactly what it means to build discipline in the face of adversity. If you've read his book, you know Goggins didn't get to where he is by waiting for motivation to strike. No, he created discipline from pain. He forged it in the crucible of suffering. Goggins doesn't rely on feelings. He understands that motivation is a luxury. And in a world that's trying to tell you to listen to your feelings, to take the easy way out, he tells you, don't listen to that weak, whiny voice in your head. That voice is what tells you to hit snooze in the morning. That voice says, you deserve a break today. Goggins teaches us to crush that voice with discipline. Goggins doesn't care if he's tired, if his body is sore, or if the task feels impossible. He gets it done anyway. Why? Because discipline doesn't give a damn about your feelings. Discipline is about showing up regardless. It's about proving to yourself that you don't need motivation to push through the grind. You don't need motivation to do what's necessary. Let's break this down further. Motivation relies on how you feel. Some days you'll feel like you're on top of the world, ready to conquer. Other days, you'll feel like you can't take another step. But discipline doesn't care. This is where the average man falls short. He waits for the perfect moment when he feels ready. The truth? That moment will never come. If you're always waiting for motivation, you'll be stuck in the cycle of starting and stopping. Discipline is different. Discipline is a decision. Discipline is about doing what needs to be done, even when your mind tells you to quit. It's about building habits that don't rely on motivation. When you start to make discipline a habit, that's when everything changes. It becomes automatic. You don't have to wait for motivation because your system is already in place. Discipline is consistency. Here's the thing. Success is the sum of small efforts, repeated day in and day out. It's not about the big, flashy moments. It's about those silent hours when no one is watching. It's about the grind when no one is cheering you on. That's where discipline thrives. When you put in the effort every single day, no matter how you feel, you start to see results. Those results compound over time. James Clear talks about this in Atomic Habits. He says that you get what you repeat. And what you repeat day after day is your true measure of success. So, if you're looking to build a life of extraordinary results, stop looking for motivation. Instead, build discipline. Make it your default. When you fall, get up and keep going. Don't wait for the right time. There is no right time. The time is now. The power of discipline in the long run. Motivation is short-lived. It can't carry you through the hard days, the moments when you're pushing yourself to the absolute limit. Discipline, on the other hand, is what carries you over the long haul. Discipline doesn't fade. Discipline doesn't care about your excuses. It's always there, like an unshakable force that pushes you forward. David Goggins didn't become who he is by waiting for motivation to hit him. He didn't wait for a perfect moment. He created his own perfect moment through discipline. He ran miles when his body screamed, "No!" He lifted weights when every fiber in his body begged him to stop. And that's why he's a warrior, a man who transcended his limits. If you want to build the mental toughness to overcome obstacles, to take daily action, even when you don't feel like it, then discipline is the only way forward. Motivation is a temporary high. Discipline is a steady, unwavering force. Stop looking for motivation. It's unreliable. Instead, start building discipline. Make it your daily commitment, no matter how small the task may seem. Discipline will take you further than motivation ever will. It's time to stop depending on feelings and start relying on your own grit. You want to build something great? You want to build a life that demands respect? Then make discipline your lifestyle. Discipline crushes motivation every time, so get to work. Start small. Choose one habit to consistently practice each day. This builds your discipline muscle over time. Don't aim for perfection. Aim for consistency. Even on bad days, do something, no matter how small. This reinforces your commitment. Embrace the discomfort. True growth happens outside your comfort zone. Discipline is the bridge to your highest potential. If you like this video, make sure to share it, give it a thumbs up, and subscribe to the channel for more content like this. Join the Rich Thinker Society and start taking action today, because success starts with the right mindset.